South African Airways would like to extend a special welcome to our Voyager members.
The purpose of ZSEIFS is to take a group of faculty to a country of interest as part of our International Year of program. Those faculty are expected to learn about the country, to hopefully build contacts within the target country, and to bring information about the target country back that they can incorporate into their courses.
I was in my second year for this project, and it really helped me get a new and exciting line of research that I would not normally have had, and it really helped me to meet colleagues in different colleges and parts of campus that I would never come in contact with.
It is a good day to be in South Africa.
It is, isn't it?
I had lots of meetings with university administrators. A couple of them stand out in my mind, but one I'll mention is with Dr. Mutwa at Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University. And when we were talking to her about her institution, she said, the name is important, and the name Nelson Mandela carries with it responsibility. So she said every time the chancellor, the vice chancellor, or I speak to a group of students, we tell them, if and when you graduate from this university, you're responsible for the name Nelson Mandela. And she said it means embodying the philosophy of Ubuntu so that you understand that it's not just about you, that you are because of others. It's about really understanding that you wouldn't exist without the other people, the other animals, the ecosystem, that you are truly part of something, and you need to make that something better.
One of the things we'd really like to see out of ZSEIFS are longer-term relationships with entities in our countries of interest.
Wake up, good morning. This is Africa calling. Wake up, good morning. This is Africa calling.
My previous experiences had been in developing countries in Africa. So I really, even though I knew it was going to be beautiful, I was really not expecting it to be as developed as it was. And I think it impacted me even more so because it was so developed on one side of the street, and then just on the other side of the street, such devastating poverty. When you travel, don't go just as a tourist. Don't go just on the tours. Get out and meet the people, because here's your opportunity to share what it means to be an American, but to also broaden your perspective to know what it means to be a global citizen. And being a global citizen means being aware and sensitive to other cultures.
Welcome to Soweto, welcome to Soweto, welcome to Soweto, welcome to the penny magnet, flowing Tasmania, bringing Papa so my name is Achi, I would say I'm making Soweto, welcome to Soweto, welcome to Soweto, welcome to Soweto, welcome to where.
You know, it's been almost 40 years since I was a student on my first study abroad. And I think I had forgotten how scared I was because I was outside of my comfort zone. And so I was in the position of being like my students. And this experience, I think, is going to make me a better faculty leader.
One, two, three. Go to Disciplinary Africa. Malupakadisu pololwayo. Israeli mitandazo yetu.
Children can tell a lot about a country, and so visiting the schools, meeting with the children in these schools, meeting the teachers in these schools helped me have a very good understanding of South African education, and at the same time have an understanding of opportunities that can arise that will help me carry out some research with faculty in South Africa, and at the same time opportunities where students can go out through a study abroad project or student teaching. So I believe that was an avenue bringing Africa to Western Kentucky University. Early childhood education is relatively a new field. It's well advanced in America, but in other parts of the world, and I would say specifically the African continent, there's need to really grow this field, be able to have a better foundation for young children who go to school. And therefore, this was an opportunity for me to learn more about early childhood and see how we can collaborate with professionals in the field that helped me open my mind more about what goes on in other countries. Anybody would think I knew better because I'm from Africa. No, I learned so much.
I went in intending to add content to my existing history courses. I went in intending to establish some connections between administrators there and perhaps here, and to do some exchanges, both of knowledge and maybe of people. And something unexpected came up, but everything was so flexible that I could quickly incorporate it into what I wanted to do. We're doing some setup with local schools where we're going to connect schools in Bowling Green, in Franklin-Simpson County, and hopefully also in Meade County with schools in South Africa. That's a project that we'll launch this year, but that hopefully will be around for many years to come. There's a lot of excitement by the teachers here and in South Africa to do something permanent.
It allows us to cast a wider net into the Bowling Green community by reaching out to local schools, but also keeps it close to home because our WKU student teachers are going to be involved in the gallery walk, and they're going to learn about the new cultural competencies that they'll be required when they step into the classroom.
Before we went, we had to study South Africa. I learned about things outside of my discipline. And it was so wonderful because I had all this new knowledge and I had all new energies. It helps you get outside of your discipline silo.
It was great to be back in that student mode and be able to take in the information from the program, but also just to hear about what my colleagues on the trip, what their experiences were. Probably the highlight of the South Africa program for me was going to the South African Institute for Aquatic Biology, which was a research center that was set up by the first scientist who identified an important fish in the study of fish, ichthyology, called the coelacanth. The museum contains about 900,000 samples. Another goal that I had was to talk to researchers in South Africa. Currently, they're facing a lot of the same challenges that we face here in the United States. So I think when the students hear about these case studies from other countries where they're using the same basic ideas and theories that the students are learning in class to apply to Kentucky, it helps them realize that these are concepts that are worldwide.
I didn't know a whole lot about what was going on with the history of alcohol in South Africa and in the southern part of Africa. So this kind of opened up a new area of study for me. We stopped at the University of Stellenbosch. Of course, Stellenbosch is a wine region. It was a very helpful thing because that was a big hole for me. That turns out to be something that I'll incorporate pretty easily into my teaching and actually into my research as well. One way that I'll use it in my teaching is to look at the culture of masculinity in drinking, which is a really fascinating area of research that they're doing there. And then in terms of the 20th century, I'll use the stories of South African brewing in the post-World War II era and the relationship of SAB to apartheid.
As you travel from the very Europeanized southern coast of South Africa, you move up through the central part of the country, which is heavily agricultural, and then eventually you come into the northern part of South Africa, where University of Limpopo is located. From the perspective of science and technology, South Africa is easily the most developed country in Africa.
The main thing for me and the people I'll be staying in contact with will be the people I met in Limpopo, because they have such a strong ag program. And agriculture is everything for that region. I would like to get a research effort over there, primarily promoting the small cattle producers.
We've already had one faculty member who was a participant apply for a Fulbright to do some work at University of Limpopo. We have at least 4 study abroad trips in progress, in the planning progress for South Africa for next year as well.
So I really think of this ZSEIFS experience as being 25% of my time spent in country and the large majority of my time spent before in preparation to go, and then after in synthesizing all of our information and embedding it into coursework.
Eyes front. Left turn. Quick march.
South Africa is home to the world's most spectacular wildlife, hands down. These animals exist other places in Africa as well, but you can see more species in a shorter amount of time in a smaller amount of space in South Africa than you can in most African countries.
This ZSEIFS program was so hustle and bustle. During the day, we all kind of went our own separate ways and we're trying to meet people and see things and get a lot accomplished. And one of the real treats of the program is that at night we would all come back together over a delicious dinner and just get a chance to hear about what the other people learned and get new perspectives and make friendships.
I was really privileged to lead the ZSEIFS to South Africa. I got to know some of my fellow faculty that I didn't know well before. They were a fantastic group of people. We had wonderful staff along. Probably they've all grown professionally as part of it. I know that I certainly have.